Pas SOIR Extrait is finally here, you guys. I am so excited to review this fragrance for you. As you guys know, I am such a fan of the original Pas SOIR from BDK. So when I discovered that they were coming out with an Extrait, I couldn't wait to receive it. And I do want to say that this video is in collaboration with BDK Parfums, and to many people's disbelief, this is our first ever collaboration video, which I do want to tell you guys, it's not going to affect my review of the scent. Whether I like it, I don't, I want to be honest with you guys, and that is really important for me. And also I was told by David Benedek himself, he said, please, even though this video is a collaboration technically, please be honest and give your honest thoughts of the fragrance. So I just want to make that point very clear. My feelings towards David, the brand in general, is not going to affect this review at all. I want to be objective and tell you guys my honest thoughts of the scent. Even though I'm going to spoil it, I am completely in love with the Pas SOIR Extrait. So let's get into this review. As you can see from my face, I am so excited about this fragrance because you guys know I love Pas SOIR. It is probably my second most favorite fragrance from BDK, underneath Gris Charnel, of course. And I have known about this release for quite some time. Just a little bit of a backstory. If you just care about the review, you can fast forward, but I have known David Benedek, the founder and creative director of BDK, for about 3 years now. And he is genuinely the most humble, kind, charismatic, passionate, sweet person that I have met in the fragrance industry. And when I met him 3 years ago, BDK was much smaller than what it is now. And I am just so proud and happy for his success. I have owned and worn the fragrance for around 3 weeks now because they actually sent me a small sample to test and try out, and I'm gonna give you guys the whole entire spiel. So this is the box. I love the fact that they went with this kind of black and green turquoise like neon print. I think it's absolutely stunning. The notes in Pas SOIR Extrait are black pepper, ginger, cacao, jasmine, orange blossom, patchouli, vanilla, and ambroxan. Now, I am going to tell you guys my entire experience wearing the fragrance and how it differs from the original Pas SOIR, which I have right here. Right off the bat, I have to say that the opening of the Extrait versus the original are really quite similar. You have that beautiful kind of sparkling, effervescent ginger in the opening, like something a little bit spicy. But as soon as it starts to settle down, you can really feel that there is a difference between the original and the Extrait, because the Extrait starts to become immediately a little more woody. There is definitely a much more prominent note of patchouli in here, but not too much. I am telling you guys because I know that patchouli can be a little bit of a difficult note for a lot of people. The patchouli in here is just amplified, but it's not too strong. And what I find extremely unique about the scent is they added a cacao note. Now, the cacao note doesn't impact the fragrance too much, and it doesn't change the fragrance too much. You still feel the roots of the original Pas SOIR. And I feel like they did the same thing with Gris Charnel Extrait. They really maintained the original Gris Charnel DNA and just kind of amplifying it, tweaking it, and maybe adjusting very few notes in the Extrait. And I feel like they did exactly the same with the Pas SOIR and the Pas SOIR Extrait. Like I said, there is a little more of a patchouli note in the Extrait, definitely a more woody and rounded feeling overall. And you do get in the dry down this little dusting of cacao, which I find, like I said, really interesting and really unique. What I love and I'm really happy about is that it still has that very sexy, flirty, fun DNA that the original Pas Ce Soir has. As you guys know, Pas Ce Soir is one of my favorite fragrances, the original, because of the reactions that I get from people, especially Pierre. I don't know what it is, but whenever I wear Pas Ce Soir, and now whenever I wear the Extrait, Pierre always gives me a compliment. I don't know if it's the sweetness or the floral aspect. There is something about this DNA that people just go crazy for, especially men. Now, I'm not saying that to try to sell it to you guys. I'm just being honest right now. Literally, whenever I wear Pas Ce Soir, and Pierre's even gone on camera and said it, he just loves it for some reason. The floral notes in here are taking much more of a back seat, and I feel like you get overall more of a sweet, addictive kind of woody fragrance. So it really is fantastic, you guys. I feel like they took the original Pas Ce Soir DNA and rounded it out and amplified it. So I am just totally in love with the fragrance. If you have not guessed it from my facial expressions and my gestures, I really, really love the Extrait. If you love the original version of Pas Ce Soir, I have a feeling that you're going to love the Extrait, because what they did is make it more intense. They rounded it out, made it a little bit more woody. There is definitely, like I said, a little more of a prominent note of patchouli, that little slight addition of the cacao, which is really interesting. And overall, it just feels more intense and more amplified, but it still has the Pas Ce Soir DNA. In terms of longevity and projection, the Extrait definitely lasts longer on my skin than the original Pas Ce Soir. For me, the original lasts around 6 hours on my skin, whereas the Extrait lasts around 8 hours on my skin. It definitely lasts longer than the original version of Pas Ce Soir. Like I said, it's more intense. It lasts around 8 hours on my skin, and I did notice that when I spray it on my clothes, it hangs onto my clothes for a really long time. It's not going to project like a Baccarat Rouge. It kind of projects within your, like, within your arm's length, I should say. Overall, I am in love with the Pas Ce Soir Extrait, and I do have to say that I personally prefer the Extrait now over the original, which is funny because when Gris Charnel Extrait launched, I love the scent, I think it's beautiful, but I still personally prefer the OG. But now that they've launched the Pas Ce Soir Extrait, I have to say personally, I don't know what your guys' feeling is going to be. I personally prefer the Extrait now because it has more of an intensity, like I said, more of a sexiness, more of a woodiness. It's just fantastic. So I totally recommend this to all of you guys to go and check out. And I do have to say that if you love the original Pas Ce Soir, you are going to love the Extrait version. So yeah, I think that that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video of my review of Pas Ce Soir Extrait. Let me know if you guys are excited, if you've smelled it, do you plan to get it, what are your thoughts? And also I wanted to say that we have Pas Ce Soir Extrait in our Sniff selection of the month this month, so go and check it out on Sniff. There is all of the info listed there. You can add it to your collection or your wish list. You can read some reviews on the Extraits, so definitely make sure to go check it out on Sniff. And yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.